All right, it was worth a shot.
Yeah, it's actually southwest, so it's not just one typo to get to northeast.
So it's a good 900 meters to the top of the northeast hill to the right there. Yeah.
Over here?
Yeah. It's like a kilometer, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly 1 kilometer.
There we go. Okay. Looks like we're coming down right on top of it. We're at 1786 meters. About 80 meters off the bottom. Getting some spurious altimeter returns on Little Herc, it looks like. So our target today is sort of like a little bump here. It's about 30, 40 meters in elevation, about 100 meters across. So we'll have a little bit of a slope. We're coming down within 20 meters of our target location. 1,800 meters, just passing 1,800 meters.
About 70, should be jumping in here any second. I'm having trouble locking on today.
Okay, we're on bottom.
Looks like we got markers off in the distance. Looks like we're right on target. Copy that. One more check for any calls.
Okay, we've already come on the bottom here. You see hard bottom. Looks like we have a few sea tube worms. Holothurian.
What can I do for you, Bob? I'm gonna turn, come backwards. I don't want to quite come to the bottom yet. So I'm gonna back up towards you, give some tether. If you could turn around and locate me.
So we're just setting up the vehicles here. It's 10 minutes to 10. Our depth is 1849, and we're 4.5 meters off bottom. You can see the carbonate rock below. Saw a couple of sea tube worms, Holothurian, and our marker. A marker is out in the distance. It's most likely marker 8. Thank you, Bob. We're just going to come down now. Our heading is almost due east here. You see there's a few tube worms, I think. Coming down shortly, and then the plan is to proceed over to marker 8. Look around that area and image, and then move around to marker 9 area, and then we're going to go off exploring. Seeing sediment that's somewhat mottled. Shouldn't be really any steep relief here, but you can see some swales. There's a mucus net, look like.
Lots of rocks around here.
Yeah, it's a rocky site. Scattered tube worms and holothurians. Yeah, Paladin, I think I had that marker almost due east of you. Now, I don't know what you think. Seeing scattered sort of tube worms here. A few here and there at the base of these carbonate rocks.
Co-pilot video's finished for Sirius. Copy. Thank you.
The bottom right of your image looks like it may be part of a hyacinth plant material. Roger that.
Watch lead pilot.
Yeah, the idea here was to go to marker 8 first and do imaging there, and marker 9 and do imaging there, and then we're going to discuss where to explore from there. Does that sound right to you? Okay, awesome. Thanks, Chuck. With a little dark cap there.
Bump me to 65.
I'm in on tube berm.
While we're waiting for watch lead pilot.
Yeah, go ahead, pilot.
The vehicles are set up, so we are ready to make our first move. I imagine you want to head back to those markers we saw.
Roger that. You're about 10 meters away, southeast of marker 8. Is what I think.
Okay.
I think I saw a reflection earlier when we first landed.
Yep, correct. Do you have any interest in viewing any of these items as we approach?
Roger that. Yeah, I am.
Let's
See what we see. Yeah, as we come across something here, we look at it. We can look at what this is right here. If we do a snap zoom and get us warmed up this morning, be good. Thank you.
One more question, watch lead. What's the policy on touching down on bottom today?
Touching bottom is okay. It's not when we're around the corals near the markers. We'd rather not, but it's okay if we do. Right.
Out here.
Out here's fine.
This is Greg. I'm the Okeanos Explorer. Can anyone hear me on the conference call?
Next, this is Kat at Hui. I can hear you.
Depth is 1853 meters. We're looking almost east at 17 at Holothurian with squat lobsters on the margins, and hydroids seem to be skirting at the bottom here. Certainly at the posterior end. Be great to get a zoom on the squat lobster too.
Go ahead, video. Pilot, are you good for serious moves?
Woodsall, can you paste in the 3 code abbreviations, please, this morning? Looks like there's hydroids that are hanging on the sides of this Holothurian.
I was trying to do this quicker than I should have.
Just getting ourselves set up this morning. We got a current from the north.
Tyler, are you good for a ship move to the side? Go ahead. Now we're settled.
Okay, just got settled here. Now we're going to take some images and take a look at this squat lobster here sitting on the side of a Holothurian. There's another one on the opposing side. And we're looking north. Thank you, Woodsall.
Can I get a ship move distance 20 meters 20, bearing 170 at 0.1 knots? Copy that. Okay. And full wide.
Welcome to the conference calling center. At any time during this message, please enter your passcode followed by the pound.
So loud.
You are attempting to enter 1, 2, 2, 3, 3.
Okay.
9, 6 is invalid. Please check your passcode and try again.
I know.
I believe I'm hearing those come in on the active intercom for some reason.
This entry is invalid.
Hi, we're on the
Confirm your conference
transcom
information and try
here.
your calling.
Making our way over to the marker here. Going across some seep tubers, and we've come across one other seep site on this cruise so far, over on the West Florida escarpment.
Figure out what's going on because it's going across transmission when you dial, but it shouldn't be. If you want to look at if you can just double confirm, call up the VTR computer.
Yeah, squat lobsters. Yeah, 2 kinds. Yeah.
Got my hands full at the moment. Watch
These guys are live.
Zoom on anything here.
Yeah, the plume with the lower edge of the screen, please. You see that one? And then we'll come up and look at the other live plume top left. Those 2 together up there.
All right, go ahead, Peter. You guys might also check the T panel for the tail 1 and see if it has a listen talk for Okeanos.
Looking for the rings up there, top of the tube.
We're drifting back pilot. Okay, come on. Going right.
Yeah, seeing a little bit of a purple octocoral there on the right.
Partial zoom. Drifting back. Yep.
So we've only. That's all right.
Come on. It looks like your altitude went up about 0.4.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, you won't be able to see it there, but you might see it in Q panels.
Yeah, the tubes aren't too diagnostic. I mean,
no,
here
so.
again, the Scarpia, they can
No problem.
Roger, I think I misspoke in saying the rings on the tubes. I didn't mean that. I meant on the melee. Here we go. In for a zoom here on some of these guys. They look.
Holding. Partial zoom. You're drifting back.
No,
happy, huh?
they look like they're nice living specimens there. That's good.
It's actually a decent composition if you wanted to just fly around with this.
Yeah, I'm okay with coming back and getting a full frame too of it. The community, if you want. Or one just pulled in. Good.
So, Tim, have you considered the Century tracks and Alvin tracks and the Holiday Sweats ROV tracks? Start planning the exploration?
Yeah, Chuck, I looked those over, but I wanted to get some thoughts and consensus. I also want to get over to the markers again so I can refamiliarize myself with and orient myself well. There's a, I remember that,
I agree.
yeah.
Yeah, I think the markers are the place to start. I don't have the Century tracks with me, but my memory is we covered the main part and the places that are south. And we're going to bring up the best bathymetry we have. You guys have got some new bathymetry last night, is that correct?
Yeah, we've got some, but we won't see it for a while. We won't see it processed until later today.
All right, that's okay.
Yeah.
We've got the brown bathymetry. We'll bring that up. My memory is that there's some good potential for action over to the northeast.
Okay.
East northeast. We'll be checking that out.
Okay.
That's mainly what we'll be paying attention to.
Right. Right. If I had no other information, I would strike out to the northeast, to east. So that sounds good. Great. All right. Great. Thanks. Nice imagery here, guys. See a lot of those squat lobsters in the wall there. They're everywhere, it seems like, at these sites. When we're at this depth, 1852, below 1,000 meters, we see them a lot. Yeah, there's a mucus net going by.
Let's see if we can go on this middle one before I scare it away too. Ship move is complete. Copy that.
There. Doesn't matter what you do. They can feel the pressure wave from the zoom, I think. There you go. Nice.
Hello? Good video? Not enough? Alright, let's come water and move on. Watch lead, anything else while we're here?
No, I think,
We're good?
yeah, I think we're good.
Alright, come on. Freedom pilot, I think. This is a new one, I believe. I'm not sure that's a marker.
Let's take a look. We got certainly have corals up here on the ridge. This little, some local topography looks.
Is this the one I first came down on?
There's the marker right there.
No, this is a new one. The first ones I saw didn't have
I agree.
All, but
This might be marker 9.
let's see if we can get a reading.
Roger that. Yeah, okay. So let's put a virtual target here, please, Nat.
It may, actually that time it may have just been coming through somebody's earphone.
All right, that might have been me. Okay, now let's put a virtual target for MM2 here. Marker, so we'll do D13.
Yeah, you're clear.
MM2, D13, yes. Sorry, Nat, I got a bunch of stuff in my ear. I don't know if you heard me.
Thank you.
Alright, back to that. Connect tail 1 to the conference and to OKEX.
Roger that video. Thank you.
So co-pilot, maybe move out.
I should be on the conference call now. They can hear me.
Listening to OKEX. If you could, please ensure that you do not have your microphone open. Negative move 10 meters bearing 190. Someone's speaker to microphone 0.1 knots. Please mute your microphones.
Okay, our depth is 1852. As we're sitting here at M9. Marker. So, video, I got a bunch of, yeah, I'm sorry. Never mind.
This is Okeanos Explorer Video Engineer Roland Bryan. If I can please have everyone on the OKEX party line, please ensure that you have your microphone muted unless you're actively speaking at the time. We're getting some echo from your speaker back into your microphones. Same thing for the conference call, and if you are watching the feeds, please ensure that your microphones are turned off.
So for those on shore, we currently have Little Hercules at 1852 meters depth, and you're looking at the marker 9 communities here in lease block 388. Mississippi Canyon. You see a variety of corals here, Pemericids here, a small white coral above, and we're going to set up here and image these guys in detail and before moving on. So we're going to want to start with the coral to the top, to the right, the M2. Okay, hold on, pilot, wait. We'll start here. We got two corals, pilot, to the just off left of your screen. I think it would be nice, given the way you're set up right now, we can look at that guy right there on the left. And those watching on shore, those lasers are 10 centimeters apart. 10 centimeters. Yeah, here. Let me get you set up here. Set up. Yeah, I'm going to hand this to you. So you can tell.
Can we go in a little tighter?
So we're just framing up. We got two shrimp. We got two shrimp here.
Yeah, I thought we were. I just want to get it full. While we're here, we can just do this guy.
Yep, M9-3. We got to zoom in on an ophiuroid.
I'm cheating a little bit.
You can see some movement there on the ventral side, central disc.
Pull out the full animal.
Nice video. It's good to see those the tips of those arms that are sometimes taken off with predation. We like to look at whether they're regenerating or not, and how much predation they're or attacks on them are being made. So that's a great shot. Thank you.
Okay, you want to pull out wide for the whole coral? Yep. Fill in the screen with the coral. Will do, and I'll line you up. That looks good right there. And one at the base. Can you tilt up? We don't have full frame yet. That's one in the background. See the tilt up? So you're still cutting off the top? Yeah, that's a second coral there, video. Oh, I'm sorry. Copyright. Okay.
Got some shrimp that are in the water column, swimming, hovering. Looks like they are pointed almost perpendicular to us, heading.
Oh, sorry. Is that in? Oh, that's an amphipod. Yeah. Can you just do a? Yeah. That looks great. We're now imaging the whole coral.
it up a little bit.
Yep. Up a little.
There you go. Full frame.
Too much. There we go. Okay, did you get it? Video?
Yeah.
Great.
Got it full.
Okay, that is the end of Coral M9-5.
Come on.
Okay, full frame. Oh, that's a good shot of the opioid. Oh, that's great.
Some coming from about directly behind me. Bring that to the full animal. Uh-huh. Couple full frame with the animal, go ahead.
Okay.
Full coral.
Looks like there's also a shrimp on the right side. You can see at least two of what I believe are amphipods. Okay. Oh, there we go. Ah, that's great. Thank you.
Once we have this video, let's go back in and see if we can get that shrimp down to the right. Also a white thing at the top.
Yeah.
Large amplifier.
Yeah, I think there are two of them near the top.
You happy with that, Wesley?
Uh,
That shrimp?
I'm
Or
happy.
watching a little more?
I'm happy with it.
Okay.
Are you okay with that, Tim?
The anthropods.
Okay, let's move on to the amphipod.
There's one.
And two.
Back soon. Okay. Yes, they go.
And this is the next amphipod.
Okay, come on. Pulling one.
Now can we look briefly near the base of the squirrel? I think we're seeing maybe another coral right behind or next to it. Yeah, you see how there's a white guy behind it? Yeah. Um, it's probably gonna be difficult to image it from this perspective, right? Okay, let's finish up with this coral, which I think we did,
Okay.
and then
Wanna see if we can get just that white one?
uh. Okay, we can see a shrimp. We see a lot of the polyp extended and a little bit of material on the branches. We're pulling out for the full frame.
A lot of ways here.
The ROV is drifting a little bit, and they are trying to
Yeah, they don't want the sunrise.
adjust the ROV right now. I think I'm counting at least 3 shrimp. Okay, it's a good full frame view of it. Can we do a quick close-up shots of a couple of those shrimps?
Go ahead, Colin.
Thank you. That looks like a good shot of the shrimp. Okay.
What do you think that is, man?
That, it looks almost like the shrimp we looked at, but I'm not as sure about this guy.
Let's not see. Not resolving in there. There we go.
Ah. Oh yeah. I think it is a shrimp.
Slowly creeping in on 4U rolling.
Hmm.
We got that? Yep. Got big fish.
Oh, hey. Oh, that actually looks pretty good. Can we do another full frame if you don't mind?
Full frame of
The coral.
coral.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. That looks pretty good. Okay, I think we're good here. This is the end of Coral M9-6. Okay. Oh, we have a crew change in progress. Please. Let's take a quick look at the white guy. That's close to the marker, and then we can move on from this area.
Okay.
Thank you. We have a pretty good view of the three corals we imaged earlier. I believe these are corals M9-3, -5, and -6. We're now just going to do a quick snap zoom on the one in the middle, the one that looks kind of bent. I believe it is called M9-4.
Okay, video. Let's try to frame that guy.
Looks like a good shot of it, if you can just get it in the whole frame. Okay, on the very, very, very end tip, there seems to be some polyps there. Okay, so after you get a full frame,
Okay.
can we zoom in on that, very
Try
tip?
to frame it video, and then we'll do the zoom in.
Okay. Okay, that looks good.
Okay.
So just
Little
the
video
rightmost,
pretty zoom.
yeah, the rightmost tip with the yellow color there.
Copy that.
Okay, we're seeing what may be a couple polyps there. They look retracted, but they definitely look like the polyps of a Paramaricia coral. Okay.
Get a screenshot of that.
Yeah. Is that good for a frame grab?
Let me come up and over a little. Something like this. Well, actually, a little closer.
Yeah, maybe a little closer if you could.
Yep.
It's kind of like a full frame of, all of these corals together, right? So, yeah.
Zoom in to fill the frame with the corals in the zone. Yeah, let me just get a little closer. Okay. You're getting a little close to the rock on the left, and it's giving me a lot of light. Like that. Gotcha. So you want me to back off a little? Oh, well, shift right. Let's see if we can get some of the light off of that. Okay. That's better. Okay, let me just come up, and then you can zoom if you'd like. Although it's pretty close now. Got those with marker 9.
Okay.
There we go. A little bit out. There we go. A little tighter. Focused. Looking good, Tom.
Okay.
Drift down just
That looks good.
go for a zoom on the polyps while I'm here? So there's fuzzy stuff in the lower end.
Yeah, let's do the lower part first, if you could.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bring it down slightly. Okay, zoom. Ah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, that was a good view of that.
Coming back up.
Okay, that looks good. Okay. Yeah, ready. I think we're good on this one. Okay, so just one more thing before we leave that I almost forgot about. Okay, so it looks like both top right and top left are some rocks, right? Let's go forward. You see the rock on the top left right now? Can you just get a little close to it just to see if there's a coral on it?
So past the marker.
Past the marker, thank you. The coral we are looking for is called M9-1. That should be the last coral in this area.
Yeah, I do. I just thought it would increase the number that we had good imagery of if we needed to do
Okay.
that. The other thing that I've been looking over old dive logs, and I know that you all were considering taking off to the east-northeast. And when we do that, we just want to make sure we do a different track than what was done during the Schwartz expedition, where we did a similar move. But I think we went to the high points that are a little bit more silly.
I see.
If you guys have, yeah, you might ask Tim if he has the dive track from
The squat lobster in the back on the rock.
They want to go in on the associates.
Are you good with the full frame video?
Yeah, we got a full frame.
Great, thank you. Let's go in for the close-ups.
Okay. Okay. Okay, what's going on this heart? Okay, try to go for the heart. Light's pretty bad here though.
We're now doing some close-ups of the brittle star. Yep, that looks good. And before you zoom out, can we look at the right tip of this coral, please?
Going right. Got moving in the current here a bit, but there it is.
Okay, that's a pretty good view of it. If you can just get it in focus for a second. Okay.
So full wide video. So I rotated about that, but I think we got it pretty well.
Okay. Yeah. The one that was bottom center of the screen just looked like it. I can't tell if it is a coral or was a coral or it was in the background of your imaging before.
Yeah. If you're looking at the bottom left center of the screen, I do see what may be like a stub or something of a coral.
Yeah, I mean the bottom center. Right now, you're coming back into view.
Okay.
We're looking at it edge on.
Yeah. Sure, we can do a quick snapshot
As you
of
swing
that
by,
guy.
Yeah, as you swing by, take a look at it. See if it looks like it. I think it was a coral. I'm not sure how long ago.
Yeah, I agree. It was a
seen.
coral at some point.
Don't sit down, girl. Pick up set.
Okay, Nav, I don't know if you got that. Let's do a quick snap zoom on that guy, the one just below the lasers.
Yeah, Penn, I think you're right. That's an old sub. It's just the remains. It's been there a long time.
Yeah, looks like a stub. You do see some coral encrusting growth on it, the purple stuff. Probably some sort of the purple octocorals that we've seen in the past.
Yeah, I think you're right. Thank you.
Okay. So I believe you got a good image of this guy. I propose that we move forward to that core in the. I believe this is also a new discovery. We have never seen this coral before.
Yes, I'm here, Penn. Oh, very Chuck. I just wanted to ask if you guys are able to give we could. I've been just communicating by voice. Do you need us in the chat room? All righty.
Okay. Wow, that's a lot of shrimp.
Little star. Okay, going down. There's gonna be a brittle star attached to that. Coming out. Can you see these fingers? There he is. Coming down a bit more. The heart.
Okay, we're getting a pretty good view of the brittle star right here. You can see the basal disc. Okay, it's a very good shot of the arms.
Stick part to keep chipping outside the controller, please. Arm being grown in the bottom. Cool. See that?
You can see a squat lobster bottom right in the background behind this coral. Were you able to get a great full frame of this? That's great. Okay, so if you can just zoom out really slowly. Okay. That looks good. Okay, I think we're good. Yeah, let's check it out. Thank you. Our current depth is 1852 meters. ROV heading is 95.6. ROV altitude 2.1 meters. We are moving towards, oh, what could be two corals here. One of which may be the M9-1 coral we are looking for. I'm not sure yet. These are new corals. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Okay, can we I definitely want to image these guys.
Yeah.
Can we start with the one on the left? Is that okay?
Sure.
Thank you. It's a good view. Great, thank you. Nav, this is Pen.
Okay, let's go tight on some
Sorry.
of these.
So what do you think the range and bearing of this coil is from the marker?
From the marker?
Yeah.
Marker M9? No,
Yeah, from M9.
I would say it's a little bit southeast, and it's probably about 10 meters away, 10 to 15.
Understood. That's great. Thank you. Okay, yeah, let's take a look at these guys. Okay, I don't think I've seen this before. This is another new discovery for the dive today.
10 meters.
We do see several amphipods, a bigger one right there.
Follow me. Follow. Yeah, you're really close. Side a bit more.
Would you on that coil? It looked kind of interesting. If you do need to sit down, I think that's okay for here.
You mean the thing that was wrapped around the branch?
Yeah, yeah, the thing that was wrapped around the branch. Sorry.
Okay. Okay, I almost got it. This is, I'll try hovering shot first.
Dash 10. Yes. Let's call this guy M9-10. So we were just seeing some sort of organism that seemed to be wrapped or clamped around one of the markers on this core. We're going back in for a closer look. Yeah, there were several amphipods, but what about the guy that's wrapped around it? Is that also an amphipod? Oh. Yeah, like what about the red stuff? Oh, so there are two of them like that. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, I got pretty close to him.
Okay. Okay, we can still see some amphipods on this coral. There's one over right here. That may be a shrimp on the top. Multiple shrimp.
Yeah, go for it. Go down.
It's a great close-up of that.
I'll come. If you come out of it, try to get the whole body. And Try for the heart again. That's good. Coming back down. As I come back down, there's the full body. There we go, the full body. A little close. Bring up the full body. Bring up the full body. Okay. I think I've twisted around, but is there enough light for the heart there? So it was actually
Okay.
Very left.
Okay, after this, can we zoom in to the very left of this coil, the tips there? Thank you.
Really close now. Okay. I'll back up slowly. Coming up. Okay. How's that for the heart? Good. Zooming in. Okay, let's deal with that. I want to look left. You said there was left branches. Okay. We come full wide for a moment, and I'll see where I am. Oh, it's not bad. Okay. Back into the coil. So left.
Yeah, the left tips. Thank you.
I'll zoom as you go. Zoom in more. Okay. Left. Okay, I'll just come up a little. There we go. It's that white stuff in the center. It looks like some mucus that drifted onto it. Yeah. Tim, is there something special you want to?
I mean, I'm good with that. Are you good, Tim? Okay. I think we're done with this coil. Okay. Nav, this is Pen again. Do you think you will be able to get us a pretty confident range and bearing from the marker for these two coils for us?
Yeah, I think we should be able to do that.
Yeah, so if we do image these coils, we need to know exactly where they are relative to the marker. Do you think we can do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they're a little south of east. Give me a second to confer with the co-pilot.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, if we can confirm the range and bearing of these coils from the marker, then we can image them. Because the marker is kind of far away.
This is great, Ben. All these new discoveries you're making. This will really add to the data set.
Absolutely, we're seeing a lot of new stuff today. Oh, hey, actually, I think we have seen one of these guys before. The one on the left, right? Oh, the one we're seeing right now. Yeah, I think we imaged this guy earlier. Yeah, okay, same guy.
Yeah, I think that stump in the bottom center right there is what I noticed before.
Yeah, so we've been here. Okay, do you think we can get in a little closer or make it a little brighter?
Coming in a bit closer. Yep. Another couple. Copy that. Right, and then turn to your
Okay. Yep. So, okay, so if you look at this, right, they're actually, yeah, full frame. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, the grayish one on the top. Come up a little.
That's good. Are we getting the little yellow one on the bottom too? Or?
No, we don't need to. That's okay. Thank you. Let's just get the kind of grayish one on the top.
Alright.
Yeah.
Did you get a full frame video? Not yet. Okay, that.
How's that?
That's all in the frame. Alright.
Okay, great. Thank you. Let's just do like one quick close up in essential section, and then we'll call it.
Video? Yeah. I'm gonna come a little bit more forward.
Nav, this is Pen. Quick question.
Pull out a little bit. Okay. Keep coming in. Yeah. Okay, you can hold that. Okay. Zoom and focus on that. Okay. I'm coming in still. Come back down.
Okay.
There we go. That's a real good shot right there. Are you happy with that science?
That looks good to me. Okay. Let's call it. Okay, so this is the end of Coral MM2-2.
Got a little straight. Video engineers.
Okay, that looks like a good overview. This is
One little hook finishes. Little hook. That's just pushes straight ahead.
let's see. Yes, that looks good to me. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Okay, so we're done with the overviews.
Copilot video confirming partial zoom.
The seafloor, we always make sure that in addition to tying down the synthetic foam with a weight, we also wrap the foam, which is the marker, with a substantial amount of reflective tape, so that when we come back to the marker again in the future, we will be able to see its bright reflection and let us find it easier.
It appears you are correct. Let's get a frame filler zoom video. Roger. Holding. And I'm coming up. Zooming, holding. Up. Zooming, holding. Let's hold that for a sec. Roger.
Okay. Just fill it up as much as you can.
I know you.
Thank you, Dave.
More video. Zoom and hold. That's good. I'm gonna rise and we'll capture from there.
Okay.
The next step down, we'll get a nice frame.
That's great. Thanks. One more frame grab.
That should do it. There you go. Here, more. Yeah, there's some there. There it is. There we go. Nailed it. Okay, let's go for the associate. Roger, zooming. Holding. Thank you. on Central. Stand by.
Okay, we can also see a few shrimp next to this coral.
Okay, I'm going to work down the stem.
And we are now working down to briefly look at the stem before moving on to the coral on the right. I can see a lot of extended polyps here. We're now seeing the base of these two corals. The one with the Ophryd Brutostar is called M9-9, M8-9, and the one just to the right is called M9-10.
That's the top of that one.
Okay.
Coming right down. I'm not sure, but I think this is its neighbor to the right.
Yeah. The one we just looked at is -10, and
Go back up -10.
uh-huh.
Now that we have a positive ID.
Yeah. And to the right of -10 is -11.
Okay, there's all of that. Let's come out a bit. Get right there. Right there. Moving to my right.
Okay. That is M8-11, and we are done here. Thank you so much.
Did you want to top to bottom on 11?
No, it's okay. I think we got a good view of it. Thanks, Dave. A little closer to see it. It's a white bamboo coral. It's not very big. It should be showing up soon. Probably a little to the left.
I'm going to come around this way.
Okay.
So as not to tangle myself.
Okay. Thank you.
Do I see it in the background?
Yeah. So you see how there are like two bigger looking, like feathery black corals? It's kind of between them.
I may return to the other side, but I want.
Yeah. Well, actually, you're seeing it right now. You see, there's that little white guy there.
Right under the lasers.
So we're running that direction, northeast. We may encounter other ecosystems that to document. Just a draft plan. Think about that. We've got about
That looks pretty
I would say
good.
15 or so more minutes, 20 minutes of doing
good.
this here before we move
Yeah.
on. So all feedback is welcome. We've got okay. If you have any thoughts, just let me know. Thanks. And yeah, or let Penn know. He's in the chair. Thanks. Bye bye.
Okay. Okay.
Pan right, and I think we'll have it. I didn't see any associates. Okay, I'm backing out.
Okay. I believe that would be the end of M8-4.
Left, excite M8.
Looking good. Ah, okay. Yep. Uh-huh. And if you could come in a little closer this time. Yeah, so that the corals fill all the way up and the bottom of the screen, if you could.
Oh, well.
Yeah. Okay, almost there. Ah, there you go. That's great. So if we could just lateral right from here. That looks great. Okay.
Just throw in a little rotation.
Yeah,
Since it,
that's wonderful.
adds
Thank you.
to the context.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, there you go.
Okay, great. And we're catching a little glimpse of the core on the bottom right there. That's great. Okay, that is a great overview. Thank you so much.
Okay, let's go for full frame.
Okay, we're doing a full frame frame
Rise.
grab of M8-5 now.
Yeah, I see that.
There's one Alfred Brittlestar associate.
Touch more, see? Hold. There's the whole frame. Got one?
Okay.
Associate.
Yep, thank you. We're now zooming in for the basal disc of the brittle star. Most of the polyps are on this coral are extended.
Good. Okay, back in. Hold there. Looking for any associates. Base is obscured. Up the stem. Small associate there. Yeah, on the right. Okay, let's come in a little more. Hold.
Okay, that looks like a shrimp.
Identify that. Come back down. Anybody see anything else?
I'm not seeing anything else. Anyone else see anything? Okay.
Let's go full wide.
Yeah, that looks great to me.
That's in the top left there, a little tiny.
Oh yeah, it could be.
It was another shrimp, I think.
It was another shrimp? Okay.
Okay, video, come out on.
Can I go in for a quick focus check?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so. And I'll just be there in a sec. I see the base, I see the whole thing. Got that. Okay, let's go for the associate. Okay. Come left just a hair. Bring that white down, just bring the white back down. Rising. Okay. A little bit more. Hold. That's the whole animal. Let's go for the center. Okay, hold that. Okay, lost my focus. Just follow me down the stem here. Is the stem coming closer or are we drifting away? What am I doing, Jeff? Yeah, okay. Alright, there's the base. However, let me drop down just a little because there appears to be... Oh, that's some crab claws.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it looks like claws.
Okay, we're going to go back up.
There's a scrub luster at the base. Okay, let's slowly come up. That's looking good.
Okay, gonna rise, get the last little bit here. I think that's all of it.
Okay, yeah, I think so too. Okay, let me see here.
Full wide? Full wide, Roger.
Okay, let's do this. We've hit. Oh,
Do know what you
yeah.
mean.
So let's do one of those.
I will do it.
Yeah,
Here
and
we go.
yeah, and after that, I propose we turn 180 degrees face back and do an overview of the corals there, and that would be it.
Pilot video, crew change. Okay, Ed, nice working with you. Cheers. Rolling, good to see. Hi, Rolly. So, Rolly, the objective is to frame up an overview here and maneuver into position.
Okay.
Okay, that's full wide. Alright.
Okay,
Get
looking
it off
good.
just as smooth as I've got going here.
That's great. And our current heading is 246 approximately. Oh, 240.
Okay, holding heading and lateral.
That looks good. Ah, it's a great view.
And
You are approaching rocks and corals on your right.
yeah,
Okay,
touched something.
but I think we got all of them, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's great actually. So that is the end of the overview.
Okay, video. This is overview.
Okay, starting now.
Cleared it. 5 clear.
Okay, that was wonderful.
Nav, can you click out on the nav screen, please? Yes, please do. Please do. Because I can't do that over here. Yeah, Nav, if we look to the southwest for a second. Down to that,
Stennis,
down along
this is Pen, if
the
you're there.
is it
Do you read
the
me?
blue contour? Forgot if that's 1900 meter contour. Yeah, down there on that high down there. How far is that? Is that like 500?
Do you copy?
No, 400. No, the closer one. Yeah.
Stennis, this is the Okeanos
Yeah.
Explorer.
I'm thinking about riding along
copy?
inside the contours. Yeah, exactly. Like along there. That's what I'm thinking about. We're trying to confirm with Shoreside right now, but we're not getting any answer from them.
Stennis, this is the Okeanos Explorer.
Roger that, thanks.
Do you read it me?
Thank you, pilot. We're having discussions about our next move.
Yeah, I'm just giving you a fly around.
Great. It's a great.
Come back to the replay.
It's great. That's great. Thank you.
Yes, we've got you.
Is that Chuck?
Oh, sorry, I was talking to someone else. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I was talking to someone else as well. Penn, what can we do for you?
Sorry, Chuck. Okay, so do you see the bathymetry in feed 3 right now?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, so we are now trying to decide on our exploration trajectory.
Okay. Can you give bathymetry a little further north than that?
Further north?
Yeah.
Okay,
so
yeah.
Just kind of bring those two high points down to the center of the screen so we can see what's north of there.
Okay. Nav, I don't know if you copied that. Can we move the HiPAC view a little bit more to the north? Now, I would like to note that the two mounds to the northeast are approximately a little more than a kilometer away.
Okay. So, Ken, what we did with the Schwepp is we took off and went to the first of those mounds and did about a 100-meter circle around the top.
Right. Yeah, that's my recollection too.
Yeah. So that if you do that, I would take a little different route. I might, advise that you head a little bit to the either to the south of that point and head straight over to the second mound.
Sorry, Stennis, just stand by for a second. I'm sorry. Nav, go ahead.
So if we maintain 0.2 knots continuously from this point on, we can make 900 meters of movement.
Okay.
In what time?
In the remaining time of the dive.
Okay.
So Chuck, this is Tim. It seems to me that we have an option here that where we could more or less go north off this mound, looking at targets, and then head northeast, so along the northern edge toward that target, the large mound to the northeast where we explored a little bit before.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
So that sounds like an option. Yeah, if you could definitely move up a good bit to the north, and then you'd be on a different track. You could move at a good clip and just kind of swing by sonar targets. You may hit anything along that ridge.
Great.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
That's great to confirm that. I think we did see a lot of rocks in there, so maybe just if we get closer to the northwest, then we'll see more life on them. Okay.
All right, that sounds good, Tim.
Okay.
Can you guys refresh my memory? There's a small mound that's to the southwest. Looks like
there is.
Have we been down there?
No, we haven't been down there, and that's about 500 meters. I was just looking at that too. There's a little ridge there too that extends, and I thought about that because we could probably get to the top of that during this dive without a problem.
Yeah. How long? What time are you going to leave the bottom?
About 2 hours and 20 minutes from now.
If we go Go ahead.
Go ahead, Tim. I don't know your kind of capabilities.
Roger. So if we move 0.2 knots, which is a fairly good clip, you could stop the vehicle and image something, but then you got to kind of move on. At that speed, we can get to the northeastern point that we surveyed before. We can get 900 meters, right? So we definitely could take more time, if it would seem fair to you.
Yeah, we'd like to do 0.1 down the hill, especially. So the
Roger.
first 100 meters or so will have to be 0.1.
Right.
Okay.
Can probably speed up.
Great. Thanks.
Yeah, that sounds great. Okay, so we have a plan. If you are seeing the high pack bathymetry in your feed 3, our next move is that we will go roughly southwest. And if you look at the contour lines, you will see this blue contour line. That means 1900 meters depth. We will go southwest while staying within those contour lines. So if you can look at the mouse cursor there, there's one called CP target. That's where we are heading next. And then we're gonna follow that going southwest along that little ridge there.
Pilots, new direction of travel is going to be 250. You're going to have about 100 meters of a little bit of a downhill slope, and then we should level off a little over 100 meters. Okay? Just let me know when you're ready to head that way. Start it up. Copy that. Bridge nav.
You may find us a little bit higher off the bottom than we'd like to be, just because we're going down slope. We normally like to traverse upslope, so we get a good view of the bottom. There's some staining. Looks like it might be a little briny here. We're just coming off the top of this mound, which has about 35 meters relief or so. It spans about 100 meters across.
You can see the dark and kind of white staining here. I believe that's related to the bacterial mats that form near seeps.
You can certainly see the halo of white around that darker material. Heading is 27 white around that darker material. Heading is 278 right now, 1858 meters. Depth of the ROV.
Brought a sediment cloud downhill, but I can get around here briefly before I have to leave. Get back on track. Yeah, I'm stretching.
We're looking due north now. Due north along this slope.
Yeah, you can definitely see some staining here of several different colors.
Okay, I'm going to come around and traverse to the west and get back to the
Now the ROV is turning to face west again.
southerly to get back where I belong.
I don't know if this is like a 40-degree slope or what, how close it is to that. But
yeah, it looks pretty steep.
It does. Yep.
It's much steeper than I would have expected given the bathymetry.
Yeah, we thought it was what, like a 40 degrees, 30-degree slope?
Yeah, something much less than this.
Yeah, it seems.
The terrain is much more abrupt than the smoothing applied to the data set.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
Okay,
There's
looks
a
like
holothurian.
a holothurian. Looks kind of white. I believe we've seen a couple of these guys earlier on today.
Small white patches of sediment. Don't see much in the way of traces or wanderings except for this holothurian track here, looks like. Did not see any Galatheids on that.
There's another holothurian there.
Another piece of rock here. Different colored sediment around the base. depth is 1865. Yep.
Okay. I see
More
another
staining
tube
there.
worm on the edge of that rock there.
Heading is 205.
Yeah, several tube worms actually. Yeah.
What appears to be some seepage right here, maneuvering.
Going down that slope, there's the staining again. You can see it at the bottom of that slope too.
Yeah, look at that flow. It is a flow feature. Looks like going down slope there.
Yeah, you can
Depth is
see more tube worms down
1865 at the
there.
top.
Headed there. Science, did you guys see the shells? I've taken you south track, so I'll
Yeah, to the
It's just uphill.
uphill. Yeah, we saw some valves. Tube worms here. I think when you see these areas, you frequently see these things. Here are the mussels right here.
Mussels. Cool.
Yeah, can we get a quick zoom on? Can we get a quick zoom on the mussels, please?
hold. Yeah, it's just a little bouncy there. Hang on.
Nice muscles. Damn, you should.
Those look like byssal threads that I'm seeing. Is that correct? Like coming out of the mussels, or is that just some sort of encrusting stuff?
Yeah, it could be hydroids the way it looks
Okay.
to me. But kind of get a good shot of the sediment there. Coming up and over. Nice job, pilot.
Okay. Oh, looks like there's something among those mussels. A shrimp, perhaps.
You see a shrimp in the middle there, yeah. Between the lasers up up above the lasers, maybe.
Yep.
Yep.
I think that's a shrimp.
I see him.
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna pan left at the other group.
Are those anemones growing on the shells?
Yes, they are.
There's also an enemy in that other patch on the bottom.
What's that?
Ah.
Nice. Interesting. Looks like they've been working the sediment a little.
Who is that?
Oh, there's also a little star up the right.
Yeah, I can see a brittle star, a little one just to the top right. It was moving. Yeah, it's moving on top of the black staining right there.
It looks like we're looking down on something.
One more zoom. No, I can't really steady up here.
Uh,
Got a bit. You definitely have an image of it. Nice, come on. They look pretty flat.
Oh, okay, good. You got the best monitor in the house, so you.
Just a quick look as I go by here.
Pretty much came into this dark staining as soon as we left the top.
Okay, more staining here. It looks kind of, yeah.
You're looking northeast now. Back up slope a little bit.
Okay, you can see a lot of tubes sticking out of the sediment here. Would those be current ROV heading as 275?
We got with 25 meter increments for Sirius and 5 meter increments for Little Herc. A couple of got a pair here.
Okay, we have two holothurians here, parallel to each other.
Let's take a close look in case they're interacting a little bit.
Hey, Penn, this is Chuck. I think we're going to just walk over and get something to eat and bring it back. So we'll be gone for about 20 minutes, half an hour or so.
Acknowledged. Thanks, Chuck. We will be here.
Good.
Okay, so we're looking at two holothurians lined up right next to each other. According to Bob Carney, this is potentially some sort of mating behavior, but there's another holothurian here. A couple small mounds in front of us. You can also see the white dots, which I guess could be pteropods on the sediment, maybe?
It's possible, or, yep.
I'll let you investigate. Check camera on, yeah. Yeah, getting a little back pull from the float, so should be good.
Depth is 1876. It does. You're right. Yeah, certainly look angular to me. Depth is 1877. We are 30 centimeters off the seafloor. There's a ring of holes there. See that slight ring with something on its side? Is that a Galathea crab on the hole soon? It was a hole ring. There's a squat lobster on the side of that hole. Lothurian. Here are those ringed holes. Got time for a quick zoom around the. Look at this hole area here. The ring hole right below the lasers. Sediment seems a little reworked on the other side here. Go. Pretty good view of the sediments. That's a gnat's eye view. I think we're in tight. Here we go. Wow. How's that for zoom? My God. Very good. That's good. There's the hole. One of them. Yeah, it's not. You can't really tell who might have made that hole based on what it looks like. Not much of the way in structure to go by. Thank you, pilots. That's nicely done. How's that for zoom? My God. Very good. That's good. There's the hole. One of them. Yeah, it's not. You can't really tell who might have made that hole based on what it looks like. Not much of the way of structure to go by. Thank you, pilots. That's nicely done. Yeah, don't see any scuttle marks around here. Don't see any places, little footprints of crabs or whatnot. No trails or tracks really around those holes. That's definitely what that is. Maybe an amphipod there? No. Yeah, there's a Galathea crab. Say again? Yeah, that's what I thought when I first saw it, but looks like some forams, maybe some serpulid tubes. It's a good view of the distribution of that sediment. Seeing some older trails, looks like. Pteropod shells are the white things you're seeing. Burrowing shrimp. All right. I can buy that. Another mound, another bunch of ring holes, some fresh diggings there, looks like. Oh, I don't know if we just passed something I might have wanted to see. We'll take a look at this right here. This guy right here, yep. Yep, it's gonna take off. It's like a penny. Yep. No, I'm okay with that. Let's. Yeah. Oh. Take it off. Okay. That's plant, I believe. Yeah, you can see the pteropod shells. But yep, looks like. Not much in the way of hydroids on this one. All the gut and muscle bands obvious. There you go. Going over a little pit, looks like. Oh. Yeah, I think the pteropods have increased in their abundance. There's a whole 30, transparent. I think there was like a whole ring down in that depression. There were a series of burrows down there of some sort. There you go. Look at this. Hey, yep. Yeah. It's like his side bend. You can just see his 2 feet down there.
I guess we're not going to get an action shot.
I don't think so. Certainly blends in well.
You get more of it? Yeah.
Really nice to see from the side. I don't often see the side view. A little ballast. Yeah. A little more ballast.
Release ballast.
Yeah. Okay, I got it. Okay, everyone, the conference call is going to start in a minute or two, and we'll be on the Iridium satellite line, so it may drop off. Oh, there's a nice fecal strings below. Okay.
Man. Okay, that looks great.
Look down at him. I think science will be very happy when I look down on him.
Thank you.
There's some interesting little tube holes there. What's that all about? Oh, there's somebody living in there.
I do not know what to make of those.
Look at the rest of the base.
Looks like some sort of encrusting on the tube.
There you go. My conscience is speaking in my ear. I need to pick up and take off.
And it could be yet another one on the left.
Yeah.
We're seeing this as we move roughly southwest. The current ROV heading is 243.
More and more.
If you look at the bottom left quadrant of your feed 3, that is a view of the high-pack bathymetry. We're roughly heading southwest towards the dot that says CP target. Pretty sedimented here with the white dots that could be pteropods. We've seen many holothurians of the same variety along the way, the kind of big white guys. The laser dots are 10 centimeters apart, used for measuring features that we discover on the sea floor. Thank you for being with us today as we explore the site at MC388. Our current coordinates are 28.633 degrees north, 88.172 degrees west. Our depth is 1893 meters. Altitude above the seafloor is 0.9 meters. Looks like we're coming upon another holothurian now. Okay, tilting up and zooming in. There we go. Oh, you can see that there is a little anemone right there, just to the left bottom of the holothurian. You can also see some pteropod shells along the sides of this holothurian. This is a pretty good view right now.
How's that video? Good?
That looks great.
Yep. Okay. Good with that pen? Close?
I think we're good.
Did you say closer?
No, no, I didn't say closer. I said I think that's good.
Okay. How's that video? Good?
That looks great.
Yep. Okay. Good with that pen? Close?
I think we're good.
Did you say closer?
No, no, I didn't say closer. I said I think that's good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Video, did you want to do something else?
Oh, that's a nice shot of the anemone right there. White in the sediment right there.
Holothurian covered with pteropod shells.
Oh yeah. Looks like a holothurian covered with pteropod shells. There's another one to the right that's covered by a squall lobster.
Good. Copy that. Okay, and I've fallen behind. I need to get out of here. Thanks for watching.
Going to make a little bit of a course change here. New direction of travel is going to be 220.
Copy 230.
Okay, so there was a ooh, we just passed by a number of pits just there that formed almost like a little elliptical kind of circle there. Another holothurian on the bottom, mounds. Okay, and we are now making a course correction, and the heading will be 220.
Okay. I'm just going to push out behind you since I seem to be underneath you. Okay.
Looks like the ROV is doing a quick close-up of that anemone. You can see some fecal streams just behind it.
So clear. It's just the wrong direction to land, I guess.
Our current heading is 8.9. Looking at this anemone. There was one just to the left of this guy that retracted its tentacles. This is another one of the same, kind of anemone that we've seen quite a few of on this dive.
Let's go look for something else.
Yeah. We will continue to move roughly southeast, exploring this area in MC388. That's yet another one of those holothurians. Oh, actually, there's another one back there. The lasers are 10 centimeters apart. Moving on over sediment covered with theropod shells. We started the dive with imaging corals. We imaged about 20 of them. We did more exploring after that. I remember there was a slope that had the stark seep staining with a small patch of mussels and tube worms there. We've been moving roughly southwest after that. Moving over a pretty sedimented area with some mounds and pits along the way, and many holothurians, some of which were covered by theropod shells. You can see that we're coming over quite a few of those mounds right now. A shrimp just passed by in the water column. Oh, now it's back and floating away again. We've also been noting those little pits that you see in the sediment right there. More holothurians to the left, and another one in front of us. That must be like our 100th holothurian for today. Okay, more mounds up ahead. There's one that's a little more lightly colored. The whitish looking one. Interesting. Okay, moving on. Still going forward. So this white one is possibly a much fresher mound than the other ones in the area. Could be a piece of debris of anthropogenic origin.
Okay, let's take a look at it.
We're gonna do a quick snap zoom of it, see if we can decide on what it is. You can see it's kind of this dark colored material with red banding. Some sort of rug maybe? Pretty sedimented, it must have been here for a while.
Okay.
Oh, there is a brittle star in the sediment right there. Looks like its basal disc is kind of covered by sediment. That white brittle star right there.
Do you want to take a look at that?
If we can spend like 20 seconds, just do a quick snap zoom, that'll be fine. Thank you. So we're gonna take a very quick look at this brittle star. Looks like it's the center part, the basal disc is kind of covered in sediment. It's not really moving either. Buried in sediment with arms sticking out. Oh, the arms are moving a little bit at the tips. That's a nice full view of the brittle star. And on video, if you got a good shot, I believe we can move on.
What's this?
Two pieces of still can't tell what it is from here. Oh, just shells, mussel shells. Yeah, uninhabited mussel shells. Nah, I think we've seen those before though. But sure, let's do a quick zoom then. Like even the one right now will be fine. Oh, really? Oh yeah, that guy, right? Yeah. Okay, there was what appeared to be a galatheid on the left shell.
Wow. Really kicked the dirt that time. I don't think this is going to improve anytime soon, and I've fallen behind. Okay. Give it a few seconds. Okay. Well, that's, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, if the sediment isn't clearing up, I'm okay with just moving ahead.
Say again, Glenn?
Oh, sorry. I said if the sediment isn't clearing up, I'm okay with just moving on.
Okay. Let me get a short view here.
Okay. Looks like we're closing in on the galatheid, I think, on one of the mussel shells. That looks like a galatheid to me.
Small anemone there as well. Okay.
Oh yeah, there is a small anemone. Okay. That's a very nice view of the galatheid. It's pretty cool. Nice view of the anemone now. Great.
Okay. Cool.
Above the lasers.
Nobody's home.
Yeah, it looks vacant at the moment.
There's an enemy right near your bottom right.
Well, we've seen them. Okay. I'm off the bottom of the screen again. Okay.
Okay. So a variety of different dishes.
We've got about an hour of bottom time remaining.
And we have about an hour of bottom time remaining to explore this area. Our scheduled recovery time for today. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's what I saw in the past. So this, we're witnessing what appears to be a brittle start that just took off from the sediment. You can see how it's swimming with its arms. Any chance of zooming in on that?
Go ahead, roll. Give partial, okay?
So, if I remember correctly, I once saw one of these ophiurids taking off from a coral. Ooh, look at how it's relaxing its arms now, sinking to the bottom, almost like it's parachuting down. That's some pretty amazing footage right there. This ophiurid has 4 arms.
Wow, partial zoom? Yeah.
good to get a look at a sink like this.
Yeah, it'd be great if we can look at that. I don't know if it's facing us though, but we can zoom in just to be sure. Oh, there he is.
Okay.
Well, looks like we're coming upon a fish. This is somewhat different from the fish we had earlier, we saw earlier. Okay, video, this is Pen. I am receiving some feedback from Shore, from Seattle and Stennis, saying that their video is frozen. Also in Virginia now.
Okay. I will look into it. In the meantime, if you can ask them, have they reset their computers?
Okay.
Hi, this is the hub. Are you on the shore?
Hub, this is Okeanos Video. I'm here.
Ah, I see. That's okay. Cool. Okay, so looks like we're doing some piloting practice here as we explore this area. Looks like there's a purplish reddish object just to the right of the lasers here. I can't. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Whoa,
And
did you see a brittle star in the background?
oh, ooh, ooh, wait. And see how it's walking?
Go ahead, video.
I guess this is a sea urchin.
The background just launched itself towards us. We'll get on highlights.
Interesting.
Well, let's get this guy here.
Yeah.
Yeah, this.
Directly behind him, there's a brittle star.
Well, let's go on this guy.
Yeah, let's get him and keep your eye peeled on that background while I work him.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I think we're witnessing something pretty dramatic here.
Wow.
Okay, so looks like this guy is really walking now. This is what appears to be a sea urchin. And on the top, you see almost these on the top of this urchin, you see what looks like, this kind of like petal-like features that are also kind of purplish red. It reminds me of a lotus flower, except the colors are kind of different with a lot of thorns coming out of it. And we're getting a close-up of it now. It's yeah, it's a pretty nice view of the sea urchin. Yeah, let's see if we can hang out here for another minute or so watching this guy walk.
How's his leg, brother? Should I let him creep in a little closer to the tilt?
Let's see. Yeah, we got space.
Very softly touch.
Okay, this is the Okeanos Explorer Pen on the line talking over tail 1. Can anyone read me? I'm calling through the conference call.
Hi, Pen. We can read you loud and clear at Hui, but we still have no video feed.
Oh, copy that. Thank you. Okay, so people are hearing me through tail 1 with no video feed. Thank you.
Survey 2 video?
Okay. Okay.
Able to get that little star leaping on the highlight?
Took off and swam away. Our current location, oh, well, it's not coming through the real-time data. So our current location is 28 degrees, 37.89 minutes north, and 88 degrees, 10.42 minutes west. Our current depth is 1896 meters, altitude above seafloor 0.3 meters. Water temperature has been pretty consistent at 4.2. The purple guys. It seems that we also just passed by jellyfish in the water. I believe that we will have another post-dive conference call approximately 5 minutes after ROV leaves bottom. which should be right after 1500 today, Eastern Time.
And the pair parallel.
And now we are passing over another pair of sea cucumbers lined up parallel to each other. Ooh, and we are seeing an ophirid inside one of those holes. Yeah, in fact, we're seeing another one of those rings with little pits along it. And for at least 3 of those pits, there are ophirids in each one. I do not think we have seen this before on this dive, so if possible, could we do close-ups of at least a couple of them with the brittle stars? In one of those pits, I can see that the brittle star is just on the edge of the hole, with at least 1 or maybe even 2 of its arms completely inside the hole.
Yep, go ahead. Thank you.
We are having the camera zoom in and doing a close-up of one of those brittle stars now. You can see that it's almost completely inside the hole with only a couple of arms sticking out. I can't really see what's inside the hole, but there's definitely an ophirid in there. Again, this is another one of those features where you have a number of holes in the sediment that's occurring in a roughly elliptic or circle kind of pattern. At least 3 of these holes have ophirids in it. You can see the arms moving. In fact, one of the arms seems to be retracting into the hole as we're filming it. Yeah, it's almost like the brittle star is going into the hole. I have no independent recollection of witnessing such a event. Such holes here, 3 of which are occupied by brittle stars, of the same variety, I believe. So now we're going to try to zoom in on another one of those holes with 2 ophirid arms sticking out of it.
Go ahead, video. Partial zoom, okay? Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead further. Thank you. Creep us over.
Okeanos video, this is the hub.
Alright, 150 due south, 0.2.
Okay, now we are doing a close-up image of another one of those holes with a brittle star in it. 2 of its arms are sticking out while the rest of the brittle star is almost completely inside the hole. We can barely see it. Any chance of getting a view of its basal disc? It's probably difficult, but can we try? Ooh, we can almost see it. Looks like it's blocked by a little piece of stuff, right? On the other opposite side of the hole.
Just give it a light dusting.
Okay, looks like we can see a little more of it now. There we go. Okay, we're gonna try to get some good images of the basal disc. The camera is on full zoom as we try to image that brittle star to help with identification. Unfortunately, I suspect that we are looking at the wrong side.
That's about all we got, video.
Okay.
That's fine, we're full zoom.
Yeah, that's okay.
It's just a weird angle.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Thank you for your patience as we try to troubleshoot the issue with networks and video feeds. Ooh, and we are now seeing another brittle star that just took off of the bottom, swam a little bit, and it just dropped down again, and now it's stopped. Now the brittle star is completely motionless, sitting on the seafloor, with a holothurian not too far to its left of the purple variety.
Okay. Right. Thanks, Bobby.
Okay, for those of you on the conference call, I'm sure, whether you are in Stennis, Virginia, Seattle, whichever part of the world you're in, we are still recording all the video and audio for this dive. So I will do my best to continue to describe what we are seeing today as we record the dive video and audio. Thank you again for staying with us as we try to get the video feedback to you. This whole time we've been passing by the same two varieties of holothurian, what appears to be the same type of brittle stars on the seafloor, at least 3 of which took off and swam away. We also did some imaging on a ring of pits on the seafloor with 3 ophiurids inside them. I don't think that was something we saw on this dive earlier. We've also been seeing many biomounts on the sediment here. And we're passing by another holothurian now. We've also seen some sargassum along the way. The current ROV heading is 245-ish, a little less than that now. Our ROV headed altitude is 0.8 meters. Our depth is still 1894 meters. The water temperature is currently close to 4.27 degrees Celsius. 4.27 degrees Celsius. So that must be like 277 kelvins. Moving over sediment and theropod shells. Yeah. Oh, looks like we're coming up on 3 more holothurians here. Yeah, this is almost like a cucumber farm. Uh, and there's a 4th one in the background. Yeah. Yeah, like we're looking at 2 pairs right now of holothurians lined up right next to each other. I don't really know what that means. I mean, they are barely touching each other. Maybe not even touching each other. So I'm not really sure what the interaction is, if there's an interaction going on. We might not have. Oh, but look at this. We're coming upon another uh, uh, patch of those holes in the sediment, one of which has a brittle star in it. Can we take a quick look at that?
Okay, well, zooming in.
Okay, so we're doing another close-up now with another ophiolite that's partially.
If you tilt up, it'll give you more time before it fades out of your light.
Okay, so looks like we're not seeing the basal disk of this brittle star. So a positive identification might be difficult.
Okie dokie.
I suspect this is the first dive of this lake where we actually saw ophiolites inside those holes.
What's that stuff left sticking up out of the
Yeah,
surface?
looks like we just passed something to the left.
Hard left, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Okay, there's something in the sediment here.
There's also some more of it up top.
Yeah, okay. Can we take a quick look at the one close to us?
Yep.
The stick and that thing behind it?
Take
Thank
a
you.
zoom on that,
Okay, so there's a stick.
it's a fish haul.
Oh, is that fishing gear?
No, I think it's a fish.
It's a fish.
Used to be a fish.
It used to be a fish? Really? Wait, you mean the stuff on the left?
I think it was the remnants of a fish from the surface.
Really?
Not a whale fall, but a fish fall.
Wait, okay, just
I don't know what it is.
little sticks sticking out. Ooh, does that look like vertebrae to me?
I think it is.
Interesting. Okay, so we're looking at a slightly larger object here. It looks like three vertebrae, right? At least three, lying on the seafloor, with potentially some encrusting zoanthids or anemones just on its left. I can't really make that out, but this really looks like a spine to me, part of a spine.
Hey Penn, this is Jeremy, the Ford Lounge.
Yes, Jeremy, go ahead.
I think as you already know, the video's not going over right now.
Yes.
We're trying to troubleshoot ashore, so I think if it's okay with you, we're gonna try to disconnect the conference call line.
It's here on the seafloor, kind of whitish looking. This one, could it be part of a fin at some point?
Forward line, zooming, stop the call. Stand by.
Okay, I don't really know fish really well, even though I love consuming them. But what we're seeing now could be fish fins. Move again. We're still seeing sediments here, biomounts. Same stuff we've been seeing for the past few hours. Exploring the southwest of the area of the corals that we saw earlier today. We're coming upon another purplish guy. I'm guessing it could be another one of those sea urchins that we imaged earlier, right?
Yep.
Yeah, looks like another one of them. This guy doesn't seem to be moving at the moment. Oh, he's taking off, starting to walk. Let's see. Okay. Okay, whatever works for you guys. You can definitely see that guy walking. It's still walking. Ooh, okay. Do you think I'd be able to stick the lasers just on the right side of the urchin? Oh, oh, actually, this is fine. I'm actually trying to figure out if we can, you know, calculate the speed at which the sea urchin is walking, right? So if it walks right, we can like time it and see how long it takes to go from one dot to the other.
Oh, you really want me to hold this laser steady.
But that would depend on the urchin walking right. And it's not really cooperating right now. That's okay. It's walking in the wrong direction. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, it looks like it doesn't want to walk anymore. Okay, we're passing by another Milky Way. Still seeing theropod shells on the sediment. A little red dot floating by. Could be a shrimp. Laser dots are still 10 centimeters apart in case we need to measure anything. So today we started northeast of where we are right now, imaging about 20 corals growing on top of rocks. They're mostly Permaresia corals, with some black corals and a couple bamboo corals. After that, we started moving southwest, and we passed by some dark staining in the sediment, indicative of some sort of seepage there. There were a few patches of mussels and tube worms in that area. The tube worms are probably lamellobrachia, and the mussels are probably of the Bathymodiolus variety. After that, we continued to move southwest, staying within the 1900-meter contour line. Exploring this area, it's characterized by mostly sediment with an area of a high density of biomounds, some of which have this really like whitish color to it, indicating the mound is really fresh. Along the way, we also imaged and observed um, quite a few holothurians, which are sea cucumbers. There's this bigger white variety and a smaller purple variety. Occasionally, we also observed a couple sea cucumbers in the water column.
6 minutes bottom time left. Explore this tether link. Do some practice.
We've also observed a lot of infrareds on the sediment. Of note is that we've been seeing a lot of these ring holes, which are these little pits on the seafloor that are arranged in a elliptical pattern. We saw several of those, and for two of those ring holes, a couple of their pits were occupied by those ophirid brittle stars. Each pit had a brittle star. The brittle stars were almost completely inside their hosts, with only a couple arms sticking out. Speaking of infrareds, along the way we also saw numerous brittle stars just taking off from the sediment and swimming in the water column with their arms. A while later we came across this feature on the seafloor, which could be some sort of fish foal. That's analogous to whale foals that some people have seen before. But here we definitely noticed three distinct vertebrae on the seafloor with some white bone-like material around it. I'm guessing that me and ROVNF are guessing that could be a fish foal. Perhaps a expert can come back to that footage later and identify the fish for us. we imaged it pretty extensively, doing some close-ups of what should be the fin bones and the vertebrae. On the little purple guy, looks like it is indeed about 10 centimeters long.
That will be a nice timing to depart.
And that will be a nice timing to depart. Okay, so I believe this is the end of dive number 13. I hate to ask more of you, but can we do a quick snap zoom of its underside? Thank you so much. Okay, looks like this holothurian completely flipped over on its back. So now we're looking on the underside of it. We're doing a very quick close-up before we have to recover the ROV. This white holothurian is approximately 20 to 25 centimeters long. We're getting a unprecedented view of its underside here. That was great. Thank you so much. Yeah. Yeah, I hope it's not going to be like, you know, one of those bugs that can't flip itself around once it gets on its back.
He's already well on his way. He's just arching his back.
Ah, okay. Oh, that's great. Oh, yeah, you can see how it's slowly rolling back to get on its feet again. Yeah, I don't believe we have witnessed anything like this before. This is, I believe this is potentially pretty rare footage here of a holothurian rolling from its back to being on its feet again. It's slowly rolling over.
It arched dorsally. Kind of was rolling that way.
Yeah, but never successful.
Okay, so one side of it is now on the bottom again. It's almost there.
Thank you. You'll see that.
Yeah, thank you guys. That was great.
Thank you, Pam.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. Okay.
Your commentary.
Thank you. Okay, so the ROV is really starting its recovery now. The time is 13:11 Eastern Daylight Time. ROV recovery beginning now. Thank you so much for being with us today. We look forward to seeing you at the conference call 5 minutes from now, even though you're probably not hearing this.